Hey everyone, welcome to the solo Shoutcast. My name is Drybear, and today I bring you a random ranked game off of the PvP Net spectate system. And without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into the players here before too much happens. The ranked games that you spectate, you can't choose when they start. You can have a list to choose from. So I hopped in the one that had the earliest start time so I can cover this as fast as possible. For the purple team, we have Ryan X on the Soraka, supporting the Sivir on Honorary on the bottom lane. Looks like some action might start here. I might try and cover the action as I cover the players. Just make sure I don't miss anything. In the middle lane, we have Evelyn, champ against Anivia here in the middle lane, trying to hold down this tower. It looks like some initiation coming down in the bottom lane. Corki getting forced on here. Sivir might go for a Q. Going after the Alistar instead. Might grab this up. Soraka supporting as much as he can. The slam goes off on the Sivir. Sivir gets knocked up, but Corki has nothing to do with it. Getting really low here. The Sivir trying to get some harassment off. First blood happens in the top lane. Apologize for missing that. Lee Sin diving on the Maokai here. Might grab this guy, but too much tower damage. Excellent knockback. Forward advance coming out from that. Twisted advance. So more on the purple team. We got Lee Sin, XZZ. XZZ on the Lee Sin, jungling for the purple team. Getting some good initiation and getting the first blood in the top lane as well. We have Riven holding down the owner of the first blood, Allegro. Good job on these tight little Battle Bunny Riven on the top lane, pushing this down as best she can. So for the blue team, we have Cho'Gath Halfers on the legacy skin for the Cho'Gath. Looks awesome, by the way. Really expensive, but looks awesome. For the blue team, we have Anivia, Light Sludge, coming in here, getting ganked by the Lee Sin. Lee Sin dashes into the Evelyn. The stun comes out from the Anivia. Twisted advance here. We got a Maokai here, double buff. Not much initiation is going to follow up there. Getting some good harassment off. For the bottom lane, we have Corki on I Am Lord of Destruction, LOD, I'm assuming. And Fluffy Panda on the Alistar, supporting him there. As far as gold, the purple team's up by about 800 gold. A little bit less. So doing a great job here in the early game. Mostly because of the first blood. Maokai here, sitting here. Does she know? She does not know that Maokai is here with a red buff. So with a twisted advance, could very easily jump on top of her and get a slow off. Goes for it, but Anivia's a little bit late. Can she hit the stun? She does. Followed up with the icicle shot. Picks off the Evelyn. Really easy cleanup kill there. That's just a lack of vision. You can see the purple team doesn't really have much vision anywhere. One ward placed down by Riven, but that's about it. Coming down here. Looks like the blue team wants to get some action going on here. Alistar Corki pushing down the bottom lane. Looks like Maokai coming in with Cho'Gath. Although with the ward, she does know it's there. Just gonna kind of bait this out a bit while the Cho'Gath farms. Maokai decides to turn around. Sees that the catapult aggroed him, so he knows that the ward is there. No other way for that to happen. Bottom lane, get some more action in. Sivir might go for this. Throws out the attacks and the bounces. A lot of damage coming out from that ability after it got changed. Evelyn coming back in the mid lane. Evelyn mid is actually quite common now after her rework. Still pretty strong. Excellent ganker. Riven jumping on the Cho'Gath. Gets the third flip. Counterattack comes out from Cho'Gath. Not a whole lot he can do here, though. Riven is kind of the queen of top nowadays. Very, very powerful top champion. Silence comes out from Cho'Gath, trying to push that minion wave down. Lee Sin coming to the top lane. Might go on this Cho'Gath. Does he know? Does not know. Looks like Corki, Sivir, jumping on the Alistar, getting some damage in. Corki going after this. Valkyrie's out. Not a whole lot to be done there. Getting some damage done. Maokai coming in. Lee Sin going in the top lane. Maokai coming in the bottom lane. Do they know? They do see him. Anivia pushing in the mid lane while all this is happening. Lee Sin taking the enemy blue buff as Maokai is bottom. Maokai does decide to back. Not a whole lot to be had there as they do have a ward up. Riven dives on Cho'Gath past the tier 1 tower. Lee Sin comes in the last second, jumps on time, kicks him back into the Riven, and the ultimate smashes him into oblivion. Having a tough time in the top lane up here. Looks like we got an initiation in the bottom lane. Corki pretty low. If this is an engagement and they decide to focus Corki, gonna need some good support coming out from the Alistar. The heal comes out. Sivir goes after the Corki. A lot of damage comes out. The flash comes out from the Alistar. Jumps on the Soraka, but still so much damage coming on the Corki. Alistar really needs to lead in front of the Corki to absorb some damage here. Sivir's focusing the Corki as she should. The bounce comes out, but throws her back in the tower. Followed by exhaust. Excellent response there. Sivir does get the ignite on the Corki and takes him down. And we have the infamous support battle. So in the middle lane, we got Anivia, Evelyn, This tower is getting really, really hardly pushed. This is one of the downsides of the Evelynn mid, is she's not that great at pushing. Although she's not really using her mana pool with the hate spikes as effectively as she could. Maxing out the hate spikes first, but not using it to push. We've got the Twisted Tree coming for a twisted advance with the Twisted Pursuit angle. Pushing down this tower and take out that tower. Might jump on the Evelynn, but the Lee Sin shows up just in time. Twisted advance on top of the Evelynn, but Maokai's getting really low here. Anivia ultimate, the Ignite, takes out the Evelynn. Maokai takes a smart route on the outside. Hiku comes out, kicks the Evelynn. Anivia does have her egg up. Does he have enough damage to take down the egg before it revives? Damage coming out here. Smacking her down. She responds, but with no mana, gets blocked by the minions. The Lee Sin's working this perfectly. Decides to take out the Anivia. Not a whole lot could be done there. Completely out of mana. Bottom lane, both supports are missing. Cho'Gath coming into the mid lane for some revenge. Defending this tower, but not a whole lot of farm up on him. Only one stack of his ultimate. Not a whole lot of extra HP there. Evelynn's coming down to the jungle trying to make sure nothing happens. Soraka can come down and support her Sivir as she's all alone. Sivir pushing this lane, having an excellent time here. If you look at the gold stashes here, it's almost even. Only a 200 gold lead for the purple team. A lot of even exchanges here. Lee Sin's coming in, might see this down here. Takes the big wraith and leaves. No idea. As you can see, he has no vision of this. Pushing on the red here. Might give it to the Corki. Corki takes it with the ultimate. Alistar coming down. Sivir pushing the tower, but does she know? She only sees the Alistar, no Corki with the red. If Corki and Valkyrie in here, Alistar going straight for the Sivir. The phosphorus bomb goes down. Alistar leading her. Might smack her back in a second here. Waits for the excellent play by the Alistar there. Knocks her up into the air. Korker's still going after her. The red buff does land on her. She's going to get slowed here. Taken out by the Corki. Maokai shows up. Might twisted advance into an ultimate. Lee Sin comes down. He has a bone to pick with this Lee Sin, but knocks him away anywhere. So excellent, excellent awareness coming out from that Alistar there. Waited for the defensive shield to come off from the Sivir before knocking her back. Guaranteed her kill there. Had he not waited, she probably would have survived. Excellent, excellent awareness from the support. Fluffy Panda on this Alistar here. I am Lod pushing this lane up with no Sivir to defend it. It's not a whole lot Soraka can do. She can use her stall for all, throw out her bananas, but what else can she do? Anivia and Maokai pushing up the mid lane. Lee Sin shows up to defend it. Good awareness by Lee Sin. Jumping in here, they split up. Lands the Resonating Strike on top of the Maokai, but the slow comes down, and Anivia's going to come over here. The be careful call comes out. Good call as well, since Evelynn is not defending her. Sivir's back in the bottom lane, but they're pushing this lane pretty hard here. Need to be careful about the push. Soraka might go in on this Sivir. Riven to the top lane with Cho'Gath. Anivia might be coming behind her, but does she know? She knows all about it. Gonna hold and back up here. Anivia knows that she got seen and backs off here. Lee Sin coming in the bottom lane. Fluffy Panda and I Am Lod. Fluffy Panda and I Am Lod both on low mana. Not a lot of response that can come out from here. Evelynn heads for the bottom lane, but changes her mind. Heads back to the mid lane. Knows exactly where this is. All it's seen right now is this. No vision in the rivers. Blue team has excellent vision of the jungle and this. Tired of getting ganked. Still a red buff up on the Corki. About a minute left on that. Pushing this tower. Keep him off the tower. Sivir doing her best, but Lee Sin's down here to protect her. Not a whole lot she can do. Riven jumps in on the Cho'Gath. Goes in again and bounces out. A lot of in and out of her. Pushing this tower down. Got an Alistar and a Corki both backing. Sivir's all alone for some free farm. Much needed free farm, although she does not know it. Evelynn pushing up this mid lane. Much needed as she lost her tower quite quickly early on in the game. Blue team actually takes the advantage. 5-4 for the blue team. 300 gold advantage. Still nominal. Quite negligible as well. The Ignite goes down. Not really necessary. Not a whole lot of damage coming out there. Riven jumps in. Wants to get this tower before she gets focused. She can take out this tower. She can probably kill the Cho'Gath. Still trying to do this. Silence comes out from the Cho'Gath. Maokai shows up. Might do Twisted Advance. The miss from the Cho'Gath. Twisted Advance and the ultimate knocks her back into the Cho'Gath. And Cho'Gath flashes in. Gets the feast off. Shields up. She might make it to the tower here. Is she going to make it? Not going to make it. Definitely a good response there from the Maokai. Lee Sin says, nay. I will avenge ye. Flashes in. Jumps to the ward, but not a whole lot can be done here. Evelynn coming in from behind. Do they know? They do not know. They don't know about it. Maokai might actually run right into her. She's going to go from the behind. Cho'Gath running. Lee Sin knows it. Resonating Strike comes out. No need. Flashes to the Evelynn for the shield. And there's Maokai. Anivia's on her way over. This could turn ugly. Initiation on the bottom lane. Sivir jumping on the Corki. Corki flashes away the Valkyrie. The exhaust comes down. The Sivir. Excellent reaction. This Fluffy Panda is just inspiring me left and right. No cow tipping today. The Q comes out for the Sivir, but that is the last of her mana. Flash in from the Alistar. Knocks her up into the air. The Corki responds with Phosphorus Bomb. Jumps on top of her. Not really landing too much of the gunfire here. Goes after the nice flash there from Soraka. Alistar's in tower range here. Anivia's going to be grabbing the blue. Probably one of the best buff combinations. Anivia with a blue is just like heaven. It's like that happy day. Riven pushing the mid lane here. Could go up top, finish off this tower. Lee Sin's grabbing the red buff. Sivir actually takes out the Corki. Sorry, missed that. See what got used there. Neither a flash nor ignite. Just good play, I suppose. Neither of these either. They want to go for the dragon, but Anivia's getting caught out here. How much does she know? She doesn't know about the bottom lane. The CV goes down. Lee Sin jumps on top of Anivia. The wall is awesome. Perfect ultimate from the Maokai. Responds with the twisted advance. Jumps on the Riven, but Riven's going to jump around, do some damage there. Anivia gets jumped on. Does she have her egg? She does. Maokai, excellent ultimate there. Waiting as long as he possibly could to activate that, doing some excellent damage. Sivir trying to get this up, but she needs to retreat here. Maokai says, I haven't had enough. Jumps on the Soraka. Cho'Gath here as well. Almost in range for the feast. Nice wall from Anivia. Nice placement from the Maokai. Finishing off that wall with his body. Excellent play there by the Maokai. Excellent awareness to go. Sees the wall. Goes past the Soraka and blocks it off with his body. Completing the wall. Guaranteeing that kill there. Lee Sin might give this to Sivir. He doesn't. He does the purple team know? They know they're here. They actually have a purple ward up. A pink ward. But there's nothing they can do with the numbers they have. Alistar says, hey, you better run. Sides the back there. Do they know? They don't. But Sivir's going to walk right into it. Boom! Smacks in the face. Throws up into the air. Backs off here. Valkyrie over by the Corki. Might go for this. If Alistar leads the tower. Sivir running up. Running down to the tower. Might have to sit in the tower as long as she could. But the ignite goes down in the flash by the Alistar. The dash in. Easy kill. Easy kill. Riven has an army of her own up here to push this. Cho'Gath might not be able to take this down. She pops the shield. Goes after the tower. Lots of AoE come down for the Cho'Gath. But is it enough? Still focusing the tower. Doesn't want to fight him until the tower comes down. Decides to dash out there. Still working on this tower. Lee Sin coming from behind. Decides to bait the Cho'Gath. Resonating strike. Dashes in. Hits it. Ignite comes down on the Cho'Gath. Hiku. Evelyn deciding to come in just to seal the deal. And there it goes. Easy cleanup. Anivia might come in here. Do they know? They have no idea. The wall comes down. Flash over. Excellent response. Maokai coming up from behind. Riven finally takes down the tower. She had a mini quest in the corner saying take down top tower. Just could not finish it. Could not get that quest received and completed. Maokai coming in here for the Evelyn. Sees the Evelyn. Anivia. Evelyn has no idea there's a Anivia and a Maokai, but now she does. Backs off just in time. Soraka coming down, getting some good I'm going to be a ward myself placement. Comes down. Looks like Evelyn might be jumped on here by Anivia. Lee Sin for the support. Riven says, I'm just going to farm. The wall comes down, but just misses. Alistar coming up here to ward. There's the ward. Decent placement here. Gets both up the ramp and towards the dragon. You'll be able to catch the butthole here if they're deciding to do dragon. Purple's kind of gathering up in the jungle over here. Riven coming down from top. Going to grace their team with their presence. Anivia back in the middle of the lane. Do they know? They can see her. Does he get it? He gets it just in time. Jumps on the Anivia. Maokai comes from behind. Might twisted advance on top of him. Anivia does not have her egg if she decides to go down here. Forces the retreat though. Lee Sin doing his job with the wriggles. Shielding over to it. Using that safeguard. Got a cow coming up. Cow coming up and Lee Sin. Does he know? He knows all about it. Jumps on the cow. Resonating strike. Kicks it in. Riven might be in trouble here. This cow is a little bit further up, but Maokai decides to respond. Does Maokai have an ultimate? He does not, but he has in 6 seconds. Waiting for that ultimate to come back up. Safeguard comes on out. Got the stun off on the Alistar. Alistar needs to be careful here. Pops his ultimate just in case. Exhaust comes down on the Evelyn. Riven says, I'm not done. Gets knocked up. Ultimate is ready for the Maokai. If he decides to have a big engagement here, he can respond. Fluffy Panda decides to back up. Maokai backing off. Cho'Gath says, I'm going to get that mini quest done for my team. Goes for the top tower. Evelyn jumps in here. Maokai says, get out. Corki and Saber farming the bottom lane. Alistar coming down to help out the Corki. Soraka heads over the middle lane in case there's an engagement. Riven says, I'm going to defend this top lane. Comes over here. Check out the items real quick. Anivia's going for a chalice. Really good mana regeneration. Anivia in general has some really hard mana regeneration. Looks like we got a gank coming in here. Do they know about it? They do now. Jumps in on the Sivir. Knocks her away. Excellent play. Takes her down. This Alistar is MVP. Got an Evelynn coming in for the cleanup, but they possibly dive too hard. Alistar is taking some hits. They might back off here, but Evelynn says not enough. Jumps off. Ultimate's there, but gets knocked away, but it's not enough. Might be enough to save the Corki, though. This Alistar is really impressing me. Got some action coming up on here. Cho'Gath getting jumped on. The Ignite comes down, and the Splash just jumps away because he knows that he's a goner. Lee Sin's going to head over here, go for the red buff. Evelynn's going to clear out some wolves. Anivia, does she know? She knows all about the Anivia. Anivia going to go for a slow here. If she can land the stun, she might be able to get this. The ultimate goes down. There goes the out attack. Look for the stun. The stun comes out. Does not land. Overshoots it because of the silence. Excellent silence and awareness there. Doesn't save her life, but wow, is it fun to watch. The second that Q came out, the Flash Frost came out from the Anivia, immediately silenced him so he couldn't activate it again and get the stun off. Ribbon's coming in here on the Moakai. Moakai's quite tanky though, 1530 on the Moakai. Pushing down this blue. They know he's right there, they're baiting it out. There's 3 here. How much does he know? He doesn't know anything, but he's about to. Jumps down on the Moakai. Moakai gets jumped down, shut down by the Lee Sin. Cho'Gath coming in here. Alistar coming in from behind, might throw someone in, throws the ribbon, lowest HP. Cho'Gath responds. Ultimate comes out for Soraka, but it's not enough. The wall comes down from the Anivia, not in time, but the knockup comes out from the Cho'Gath. The ultimate from the Alistar, unnecessary. A little bit of a twitch there. Evelyn's a little bit of trouble here, but do they know she's there? They're about to run into her. She's running over, runs down. Still don't know where she is. They're just guessing at this point. Still don't know. She's going to run up and get away here. Not a lot can be done. Excellent play there by the Alistar, knocking the ribbon in. Bottom lane, Corki's just farming up. Let's check out the items here. Trinity Force done, and Negatron Cloak. Sivir is just doing some massive damage. She's sitting on a Bloodthirster and some Berserker Greaves. This tower is just going to be one shot. If I was Corki, I'd just smack it, and there he goes. Takes that down. Anivia coming in, gets the wall off, but the stun misses. A little bit too eager there. The ultimate comes down from the Anivia to push the lane. Lee Sin's coming in. How much does blue team know? They only see 1 or 2, maybe 3. They see all 4 now. Top lanes are doing their thing, but bottom lane is about to have engagement. The ultimate comes out. There's the big one from the Corki. Evelynn decides to go back to mid if there's an engagement here. Moakai goes for the dragon and calls for the dragon call. Haffer's on the Cho'Gath. Still is not getting that tower. Lee Sin's responding here. How much do they know? They have no idea about the dragon. If you look at the minimap down here, 0 vision in the river. They might suspect that there's a dragon attempt, but they don't know. Definitely all responsible for this pink ward. Cho'Gath pushing up that mid lane, making sure that someone's still on the map. Easy cleanup for the dragon here for the blue team. Sivir's just farming up. Look at the farm here. Riven doing excellent job on the last hitting for her team. Anivia doing the best for her. Anivia definitely a very good farmer. Picks up the Chalice for the mana regeneration, picks up the Fiendish Codex for the cooldown reduction and mana regeneration, and then the Rod of Ages for the mana recovery on level up and the health, mainly the health and the extra mana pool. Only about 80 ability power coming off of this, but definitely more for defensive. Athene's Unholy Grail finishing up at 22-minute mark. Definitely some excellent farm coming out here. Ribbon in the middle tower trying to go after that. Alistar might go for the slam up combo. Moakai just hanging out. Look at that. Oh, gets shot by some Tron blades. Lee Sin coming in here with an Oracles. Which vision the blue team have? Replaces that immediately after it gets taken down. So Alistar is just all pro support. Corki all by himself in the bottom lane. How much do they know? They only see a few. They're meeting up here at the blue buff. Alistar way out of position here. Way forward. Trying to get something started though. He might get jumped on. Lee Sin's kind of waiting. Moakai starts out with an excellent ultimate. A lot of damage coming down for that ultimate. Riven jumps in. Knocks everyone. Good ultimate. Anivia follows up with her ultimate. Alistar barely makes it out. Some great damage coming down in here. Safeguard for Lee Sin coming out. Still no deaths. It blows my mind. Jumps down. Goes after the Alistar. Picks him off. Some good damage coming off here. Blue team getting excellent flash, but 2 response flashes. Really quick response there. He's going to go down. There goes the Cho'Gath to the Sivir. Looks like Corki's trying to make his way out. The sole surviving player on his team tries to go for the Riven. Some good damage coming out, but is it enough? The heal comes out. Hate Spikes with a blue buff. A lot of damage coming out there. Really huge downside. The Alistar was a little bit far forward. His team was down here. Wasn't in position. Corkin getting jumped on, running upward instead of downward. Gets jumped on by the Riven, who's super farm. It takes him down quite easily. This tower is guaranteed to fall. That is an ace for the purple team. And if we look at the numbers, they're actually behind in gold. 15 to 14 for the purple team, but behind in gold. After that tower goes down, they're up by about 200 gold, which is inconsequential. Mokai coming up for 1530 on the Mokai. Might go for this this Evelyn here, but little does he know there's a Soraka there to support. The ultimate comes down, decides to back off as his team is spamming him with the pings. Fluffy Panda slamming down this catapult. Yeah, the Alistar went a little bit too brave over here. It's great to be brave, but not this brave. He was up here a little bit too far, gets picked off. The Mokai initiated a little bit too soon. He jumped the gun. Alistar was backing off with low HP. The Mokai decided to go in there and ended up getting initiated on all at once. Being an initiator is a very difficult situation to be in general, especially against smart players, as we've been seeing so far. Just because if you go a little bit too soon, you're going to have all 5 of them jump on you at the same time. And if you go too late, then your squishies are going to die. Sivir comes by, grabs the Reb buff. So yeah, Mokai went too soon and got jumped on there, got dropped pretty quickly. A lot of damage coming out from his ultimate, but just really good response from the Lee Sin. A lot of pings coming out here. Some good gathering. Lee Sin's taking out wards left and right. Lots of pings coming down. Alistar's a little bit out of position here. Hate Spike's coming down. They might jump on him, but his team is ready to respond if they need to. Riven stun comes down. There's the Anivia ultimate, getting the sloth. Where's the wall? Look for the Anivia wall. No stun yet. Iku comes out. Cho'Gath comes in. The feast on the Riven. 1530 might be getting low here. The ultimate pops, but it's not in time. A lot of damage coming out here. Evelyn gets low. Alistar leaps over the wall. Anivia gets taken out, but she has no eggs. Corki cleaning up the fight here. Getting focused last. Valkyrie's out just in case as the purple team comes from behind. Rampage for the purple team. Evelyn doing some dirty, dirty damage. Illegal in most states. A lot of good reaction times from the purple team. Staying very focused on who they want to get and when they want to get it. The blue team in general. I would say if it were to be blamed on either one of the teams, and more on the blue team than the purple team. Just because the blue team is so scattered throughout most of these fights that it's very difficult for them to respond in time. They're taking extra damage that's not necessary. Evelyn's taking out the blue team's blue buff. Blue for the purple with the blue. They take the tower, and that's enough as the respawns come back up. Looks like the bottom tower is going to get pushed pretty hard. A lot of minions here, but it's at full HP, so it might not get taken down. After that team fight, 18 to 15 for the purple team, up by about 2.5k, which is a noticeable amount. It's not something that they can't come back from, the blue team, but it's definitely something that's very noticeable. Soraka backing over here. Check out the vision. Purple team has very little, but they're focusing their vision on the Baron, which is expected. 26-minute mark. Expect to have some Baron attempts coming out soon. If you look at the vision of the blue team, they have excellent vision, actually. Thankfully, Fluffy Panda is just so pro. Putting the ward down here. Excellent vision on the Baron. Both teams have the awareness to put the vision down on the Baron. If we check on the items again, looks like Trinity Force finished on the Corki. He had that earlier, actually, and the BF Sword coming down on that. Shurelia's Reverie coming down on the Mokai, as well as the Alistar. Frozen Heart on the Cho'Gath, and goes for a Phage and a Null Magic Mantle. Might see some action here as Cho'Gath kind of baits it out. Do they know? They know all about the Baron. Might see a Baron attempt. Nope, the Oracles takes down the ward. They don't know anything right now. They might be doing Baron, they might not. There's the ward coming out. Corki's in the bottom lane. For the purple team, we have Riven with a Bloodthirster, Brutalizer. GA just finished on the Riven. She thought she was unkillable before. Now look at her. Look at that little wiggle waggle all over her body. She's going to be unkillable. A lot of HP coming out from her. Looks like she's got all the way up to 2,000 HP plus the GA and some lifesteal with the Bloodthirster. She's going to be a force to be reckoned with. Lee Sin finishes in the Phage. Got a chain vest, see what he decides to turn that into. They're going for the Baron attempt. Does the blue team know? They kind of know. They can catch the side of Soraka. Let's see what they decide to do here. Evelyn's floating. The whole team coming in here. Watch the Anivia ultimate. Jumps on in. The Mokai ultimate comes down. Perfect placement there. Anivia ultimate go up there. Anivia getting focused. Turns into an egg. Cho'Gath getting focused there. 1530 goes down before the ultimate pops. Did not get that on a lot of people. Corki getting focused, forced back. Not a lot of counter initiation there. Didn't even get the Baron buff. Halfree on the Cho'Gath getting focused and cleaned up here. Corki makes it out, but that's about it. The damage coming out from the purple team is a little bit too much. GG gets called out. Surrender vote comes down. My name is Drybear. I've been your host for this. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, and comment. I really appreciate you tuning in.